Question 1. The key to tackling questions like these is studying each illustration carefully before you begin to answer each question. Let's start with illustration A. A is clearly a sperm cell. We can observe three characteristic structures: the tail, the midpiece, and the head. Sperm cells are reproductive haploid cells that are produced in the testes of males. They carry genetic information from the father to the ovum in order to induce fertilization. Note, in the process of fertilization, each parent only contributes 23 chromosomes to the whole organism. Hence, it is referred to as a haploid cell. Now let us consider the three characteristic features of the sperm cell. The flagellum or tail facilitates movement. It allows the sperm to swim through the uterus and in the womb in order to penetrate the ovum. The midpiece contains loads of mitochondria. Mitochondria produces ATP, which is the main energy currency for cellular activity. Most of the ATP produced by the midpiece is used by the flagellum for movement. The head contains the nucleus, acrosome, and centriole. For the purpose of this question, we shall ignore the centriole as it is not visible in our question. The nucleus contains genetic material donated by the father. It only contains 23 chromosomes, as the sperm is a haploid cell. The acrosome contains digestive enzymes, which the sperm uses to break down the protective layer of the ovum, and thus gaining entry, inducing fertilization. Illustration B is clearly a white blood cell. There are two characteristic features that identify this illustration as a neutrophil: the presence of loads of secreting granules and the three lobes connected by chromatin. Neutrophils are specialized types of white blood cells that engulf pathogens. They are phagocytes. They are the most abundant and fiercest class of white blood cells. They pop up mainly in the bloodstream. They are the predominant cell in pus, giving the pus its distinctive yellowish color. Lastly, C, motor neurons. These are special types of nerve cells that carry information from your central nervous system to tissues and organs. It has three characteristic features: the soma, which is also known as the cell body. This contains the nucleus and the usual cell organelles you would expect in a normal cell. However, the soma is surrounded by lots of dendrites, which receive information from the central nervous system by accepting neurotransmitters at its synapse. After that, you have the axons. Axons can be very long, extending from the central nervous system to the very tips of your fingers. These are channels by which electrical impulses are sent from the central nervous system to the tissue or organ concerned. In very long axons, you find myelin sheaths. Myelin sheaths provide insulation in a similar way as a plastic coat around an electric wire provides insulation for the electric wire. They also have a secondary function in speeding up the electric impulses in very long distances. At the axon ending, we find more synapses. These allow the information that has been transmitted through the nerve cell to be passed on to either another nerve cell or an organ or a tissue, whatever the case might be. Again, neurotransmitters are used in this process.